guys, it's Tiff here, so welcome back to my channel. Today we're going to be doing a try it on the Tarte Rainforest of the Sea foundation. I got a sample from Sephora the other day. I got the color in Deep Sand. I will post all the things and nuances about this foundation into the description bar below, so if you're interested in knowing what this product does, then go ahead and check out the description. As far as I know, why don't I just pull it up and make myself sound smarter. So, the Tarte Rainforest of the Sea foundation, it's a luxurious, lightweight, hydrating foundation infused with Tarte's antioxidant Rainforest of the Sea complex, plus broad spectrum's SPF 15 coverage and a customized double-ended brush for... Okay, well, I didn't get the brush, but basically it's a full coverage, lightweight, hydrating foundation infused with some antioxidants, which are good for your skin. It's for anyone looking for radiant, moisture-rich coverage. It's different because it's lightweight, but it delivers a full hydrating coverage with skincare benefits. It's supposed to help diffuse the appearance of imperfections, leaving skin looking flawless. Okay, so, and it's also, the packaging is a dispenser. It's like a one drop, kind of like the NYX Total Control Total Drop Foundation. I know that CoverFX also has the same little droppy tube, so that's what this foundation is with. Now the packaging is absolutely beautiful. I saw it in person, I loved it, but obviously this was a sample, so I can't really talk about the packaging. So upon application, I felt like the foundation looked great. Then it kind of dried down, and I got some texture, I'm not even gonna lie. It kind of caked around my nose already. But everything else looks pretty good. My fine lines up here, my expression lines kind of started creasing, as well as my smile lines here. But other than that, the foundation is okay. It's nothing to write home about right now. The true test is seeing how long it's going to last through my 8-hour shift plus 2 additional hours. Usually I don't get home till about midnight. So we shall see. I don't have high expectations for this foundation. Like I said, upon application, I loved it. It was absolutely gorgeous. I loved the way that my skin looked, very diffused. One thing that I think is why I'm getting so much texture right now is because I did not use a primer. The problem with this foundation that it's water-based. So a silicone primer probably wouldn't go well with this water-based foundation. It'll probably just slide off and give no kind of correction. So I don't have any primer that doesn't have silicone in it, because to me silicone is a good barrier between my skin and the makeup products. So I ended up just using my Milk of Magnesium as just oil control, but it didn't really help smooth out my texture, my pores, things like that. So if you are going to get this foundation, and if I do plan on loving it at the end of this video, then I will probably invest in a water-based or non-silicone primer, just because silicone and water don't mix. Again, I applied it with my beauty sponge. I love to apply my foundations that way. Sometimes I do a brush, sometimes I don't, but I prefer I prefer the sponge. So if you guys want to go ahead and check out this foundation, it does come in a variety of shades. They did not first release all the shades at one time, but now they did. So my color is Deep Sand. This foundation did oxidize just a little bit, but it didn't turn like more red or more orange. It actually got a little cooler, which my skin tone is cool tone. I have a cool tone skin tone, so I'm actually glad about that. The color doesn't look that bad. It looks pretty decent. I think it is a little bit darker, but other than that, I think I could work with it if this works out. Okay, all right, so if you guys want to see the demo and the test, the 8-hour wear test, then keep watching. Hey guys, so I'm going to be starting with the NYX Angel. Actually, the Tarte Rainforest of the Sea is water-based, and I've been reading some information on using silicone-based primers. The NYX Angel Veil does contain silicones, so I think I'm going to skip out on using a primer. So out of fear that the foundation won't blend well if I use the silicone-based primer, I'm just going to prime with the Milk of Magnesium, which is really good for oil control. I literally just started implementing this into my routine. I'm not sure if I'm going to use a brush or or a sponge. You guys know my favorite way of applying foundation is with a sponge. I'm gonna go wet my sponge and then I'll come back. Apply some color corrector for my dark spots. So I've just been using an orange eyeshadow, an orange concealer. And mainly on areas where I have discoloration. This one is so brand new, like I'm so sad I have that there now. So here it is right here. I'm hoping and praying it is my shade. So I'm just gonna go ahead and apply this. I'm gonna do one side at a time so I don't. Ooh, it smells like bubbles. I'm not even kidding. Is obviously 10 times better than all the other foundation colors I've been trying. Oh my god. Okay, this foundation is beautiful. I think the coverage right now is medium because you can still see some of my scarring. But first of all, the color is an absolute match, which I'm finally happy about. I really like how light it feels. Jeez, I feel like I have nothing on my skin right now. Okay, I'm just gonna go ahead and do this side for you guys. Oh my god, guys, this foundation is absolutely beautiful. It feels so light. I feel like there's nothing on my skin, but the coverage is really good. Oh my god, wow. Now I did use a primer, so I think I need to find a water-based primer to go with this foundation if I plan on getting it, because I still have more texture on my skin than normal. Like when I have a primer on, you can't really see all this texture. So it didn't really go cover on top of my color correcting because my scar is still noticeable, and I think it wiped off the correction there, so I don't think color correcting helped. I think it has something to do with the coverage, but like I have all these pimples on my face. It's that time of the month, or it's the Urban Decay foundation that broke me out. But yeah, so you can still see my pimples here break out. Same on this side. Okay, so I think it's oxidizing too. It's a lot darker on my skin than it was when I first put it on. Great. I'm just gonna take just a little more and put it on my chin. See, the foundation's not even blending in with its dried out version. So I think this stuff oxidizes for sure. Alright, I still have a little bit left, so I may do it again, but with a primer, and see how that works. Alright, so I'm gonna go ahead and do the rest of my face, do the concealer, my eyebrows, my eyeshadow, my lip color, and I'll come back to close off the video so we can do our 10-hour wear demo test. Okay, I'll see you guys in a bit. Alright guys, I just finished my makeup and everything. So I do think you have to set this foundation with a powder. It also does oxidize, but I'm not as like mad at it for oxidizing more than the Urban Decay All Nighter, because this one oxidized just maybe about a tone or two darker, but the darker doesn't become oranger or redder. It becomes like a cooler tone. That can come off a little muddy looking, but as you guys can see, my face looks pretty good. Like, it doesn't look like a mask. I mean, you can kind of see the contrast of the dark and light, but it's not as obvious. And I feel like with the concealing and the way I did the contour and everything else, everything seems to have come together. Got a little more balance here. So I went for a very simple look today. I'm kind of not in the mood to wear makeup, but I have to go to work, and if I don't wear makeup, and I go to work, I'm just gonna look more tired and people are gonna ask me what's the matter. Like, I just don't want to deal with that. So it's just that time of the month and I had a really rough week, so I'm just like, I really don't feel like wearing makeup. So I kept it simple, not my usual glammed out look. I also am experiencing breakouts everywhere, so I can't go too crazy with the highlight because my skin is acting out, because it's that time of the month as well. And I don't know if it's the hormonal, or is it this lash, or is it the Urban Decay All Nighter foundation that broke me out. I'm not actually sure, because they showed up around the same time my period started and when I tried on the Urban Decay. So I'm thinking I should put on a little blush because I don't have a lot of color going on in my face. So no, it's okay, it's good. Anyway, I'm gonna go ahead, do my hair, put my work clothes on, and head on out to work, and I will come back to you guys in about 10 hours and we'll see how the Tarte Rainforest of the Sea foundation did. Okay, so I'll talk to you guys soon. Hey guys, welcome back. It is officially 12:01, so it's midnight, and I'm just checking back in with the foundation. So I've got some mixed feelings about this foundation. I absolutely love it. I like the ingredients. I like Tarte's, I like their stance on skincare. So I definitely want to give this foundation another shot with a primer. Because I didn't have a water-based primer, I think the foundation kind of failed in certain areas of my face. So I went to the drugstore, Walgreens, and I grabbed I was trying to find water-based drugstore foundations, and not many came up in the list. A lot of it was from like Sephora and Ulta, so I was like, okay, well, I'm not going to be able to get any of those because, one, price point, but two, no place was open around this time, because I want to try this foundation tomorrow and give it another chance with the water-based primer. So I found out that the Nivea Post Shave Balm that men use after they shave, that is water-based. And I know that it was such a hype in the beauty community like last year, I think, using that as a primer. So I'm going to try that tomorrow, and I'll update you guys on the next try it that I'm going to do on either the Smashbox 15-Hour Studio Skin Foundation or the Naked Skin. Either one of those, I'll post an update on how the Tarte Rainforest of the Sea foundation lasted with that balm as my primer. I'm not oily, but I attribute that to this thing right here, because most of my foundations I get oily anyway because I'm just oily, but I stopped using this for a while just to give my skin a break, and I didn't want any like long-term effects from using it all the time. So now that I've kind of reincorporated back to my routine, I feel like it is what's attributing to my all-day matte look. I didn't have to touch up today or anything. So let me just zoom in. So I had no problem with the rest of my face except for my nose. So I got the foundation sort of caked up right here on my nose, and it kind of rubbed off. Also, my skin was so agitated today with all my pimples here, and I was kind of scratching, so some of the foundation kind of came off right in this area. But for the most part, it did well everywhere else, just my nose area. I also got some creasing on my smile lines, and then earlier in the day I got some creasing on my expression lines, but they're not there anymore, so that's kind of cool. What I did hear about, let me zoom out. So one review that I saw said that the hydration part and the water-based part of this foundation is what kept her oils from seeping through, and I think that was the same for me, which is why I want to give this foundation another shot. Usually by the end of the night, if I know, I know, but today I was kind of like, you know, I really want to give this foundation another shot because I think it's beautiful, and like I said, I also love Tarte's stance on skincare, and this product is vegan. It's no parabens, no sulfur, nothing like, no silicones, nothing like that's damaging to your skin. I also like that it does have SPF, but I do think it gives a little flashback. I'm not quite sure. Right now I'm going to show you guys some flash photos from earlier in the day when I first applied it without any makeup, without my eyes or eyebrows or anything done, and then I'm going to show you what it looks like now flash photo wise after wearing it for more than 8 hours. So I think this foundation deserves another shot. So I'm gonna go ahead tomorrow and try the the Post Shave Balm, and then I'll come back and update you guys on that on my next try it. So anyway, I hope you guys enjoyed this try it, and if you guys have tried this foundation, let me know how you made it work. I didn't have any silicone free primers. The NYX Angel Veil does have silicone in it, so I prefer primers to have silicone just because, like I said earlier, it creates a base for your skin, a barrier between the skin and the makeup, and also it just kind of makes my face smoother because I do have a lot of texture. So yeah, anyway, I hope you guys enjoy, and I'll see you guys in my next video. Bye!